Okay guys, what's up? Lord of Shadows is here today to do the One Piece chapter 769 review that I have to do it a week ago, but I was busy with college. Like I said before, I was busy with college and all those tests, motherfuckers, everything. I didn't have the time to do it. So shit, here I am, do it now. Right now. So, first thing I wish to tell about that this chapter was this chapter was simple, but in another way, it was awesome. I mean, the title of the chapter was Bellamy the Pirate, so I suppose, well, like everybody else, I suppose that there will be a flashback where we saw Bellamy, how he joined the Don't Go the Pirates and everything. But when I wrote the chapter, I was wrong. Well, for Bellamy, we didn't see a small part of the chapter, but I will go to that when I will make the chapter review. But the first what I wish to speak now is the beginning. So the beginning, after Trafalgar Law give the injection shot to Doflamingo, we can see that he damaged him, but not so much, because he stand up like that it was nothing. Because that's a real big example. So first Luffy tried to attack him with Red Hawk, and when we saw Red Hawk in action, he gave a big damage to the enemies. Big damage to the enemies, like Holy Jones, or for example Barney World, or hell yeah, those two are the first ones that Luffy used the Red Hawk. So whatever. So he damaged them badly, but for Doflamingo it seems like he's very tough. So that even injection shot, like that he shoot him in his body right through him, didn't stop him. So yeah, here he comes. So and that's where enter in action. Used the broom and he cut off a big piece of the palace to attack Doflamingo. I mean, after 2 years, Trafalgar really became, his Delphi is really impressive. I mean, after all these 2 years, I mean, this time skip, he really became powerful. I mean, not powerful, I mean, strong enough. Strong enough with hockey, with his Delphi, everything. So he really surprised me. I mean, to cut off a really big piece of the palace just to attack Doflamingo. Marvelous. Absolutely marvelous. But forget that, because Doflamingo didn't do a shit, because to protect himself he used another new technique of the Ito Nomi called Spider's Web. I mean, he pulled the strings like he was like he looks like a spider web, somehow a shield, so he can protect him for all those attacks. Of course, Law he gave a shield, and he still tried to attack him and kill him, and Doflamingo all those things dodges. He dodges all the attacks, and when he used the broom and tried to attack him and everything, Doflamingo to stop him with grabbing his hand and just take a fly with him. Just take a fly up and up until he dropped down. But in short words, yeah. So and when they were flying, Doflamingo and Law were talking about that. All his powers, why he wants to attack him, how Doflamingo said, you dig up your own grave just the first time when you mess with my plans. And all this what you do is just for Corazon. And if you remember the flashback, when Doflamingo said, do you remember the letter that Corazon tried to give a marine for Dressrosa? If, like Doflamingo said, he didn't screw on that badly, Corazon would save Dressrosa. But I can't blame him. I can't blame Law. I mean, he was young. He didn't know who Virgo is, so I don't blame him really. That's what it is. Shit happens, man. I mean, that point of the shits are really big, but shit happens. What the fuck, man? So yeah, and of course, even Doflamingo said that if you want to see me dead, you just try to let me face with Kaido, and then I'll be really dead as a doornail. Yo, because I mean it's right. Because if you remember, Doflamingo is really afraid of Kaido, and Kaido is a Yonko, so logically he's afraid of him somehow. So yeah, he will be dead if Kaido was trying to on himself attack him or his subordinates. I don't know, but we'll see. Because for now Kaido doesn't show up, and he's screwed in only. That Iron Boy Scotch, Iron Boy, only him. So for now we don't know nothing about Kaido. So But how Doflamingo was talking about him, we can see that he is extremely powerful. And there's no one that was called the strongest creature in the world, but no matter, that's something else. So yeah, but of course of all these speeches Doflamingo gave him, Law didn't give a shit, didn't give up. The only thing what he do was to avenge Corazon's death and to complete everything what Corazon had to do it when he was alive. Very noble. Very, Trafalgar Law, very noble of you. Because if you remember, Rocinante was one of the few people that was deeply cared about Law. The first one were his parents and his friends. The second one is Rocinante. Very honorable. Fair enough. And then is when, I mean, it was really interesting. I mean, Doflamingo used another technique. I think it was thread saw or jigsaw, something was called like that. I mean, a string on his leg. It was so sharp, like an axe. And when he pointed in one part of the, and he pointed in one, I think it was the right hand arm of Law, and he cut him in half. And Doflamingo, Law, fall down from the sky to right in the floor of the palace, and with one arm short. Man, yeah, Doflamingo cut off an arm of Law. I mean, he dissected him. I mean, I don't know what others think. I mean, I've heard some rumors that with his Opi no Mi, he can put the arm back. Because if you remember, because his Opi no Mi is like a devil fruit that can cure everything in this world somehow. So I don't know, because I don't know, for that I will use 50-50 chance that he can put his arm back. And few comments I even saw that they said that he would put another sand into the place where his old arm was. But well, actually I don't believe that. I mean, first of all, how the hell, I mean, there will be a different arm, man. I mean, different DNA, different blood type. I don't know how he will handle it. And even now, without his arm, he can't even, match with Doflamingo. With Treble, I don't know. Maybe he can. I'm not so sure that, but maybe he can. But against Doflamingo, I don't think so. I don't think so. So yeah, and in that time when he was dissected and everything, Doflamingo uses golden flintlock, his golden gun, in which he shoot Rocinante and his father, Don Quixote homing. And even when he was pointing the gun, he said, I will forgive you, Law. Just like forgive Rocinante and my father with their deaths. I mean, that's really cold blood, man. Doflamingo, it's really cold of you. I mean, even now, I'm really mad at this motherfucker. I really am, because he killed his own family. I don't care if his father ruined his world noble life. I don't care. He wanted to live like normal people. The only one who respected this decision was Rocinante and their mother. But Doflamingo, no. A bullet in the head, execution. Like you said, execution talks everything. And when at that time, and when he tried to shoot the lead bullets, like he shoot Trafalgar Law at in the middle of Dressrosa arc, there is where the ground was shaking, and there is where was the Black Knight, the clone of Doflamingo, was flying, tear it apart. So in that words, Luffy defeat him, and the only one who was left, we can see that it was Bellamy. And all damage that so terribly wounded that I think if Doflamingo, like he did in the chapter, if he releases him, he will fall to the ground, all exhausted. And that's what he did, because when he said, Luffy tried to say, stop, Bellamy, you can't find me, it's hopeless, you're wounded and everything. So, and then when he saw Doflamingo, he said, Mingo, that's how Luffy called him, Mingo, please release Bellamy from the parasite spell and parasite technique and everything. And he said, sure, why not? You're free, Bellamy, like I promised you. You're free. And that is when Bellamy just dropped down, all exhausted, wounded, and I believe he was almost killed of all these wounds that he had. Almost killed. So yeah, and there is where a little bit of flashback was where we saw Bellamy young, and I think it was Sarkis, the name of his vice captain of the Bellamy Pirates. I think it was Sarkis when he's not back, they asked Doflamingo so they can join his crew, because like we saw him in the Jaya, he was not like the old daydreamers, ambition, dreams and everything. He was not like that. Like he was in the same way he was in Jaya before the 2 years back. So yeah, he wanted to join the Don Quixote pirates, and Don Quixote said, why not? Join me, you can borrow my symbol, but if someone failed, return it. Like he did when he was trying to teach him a lesson on Jaya, when Doflamingo put the strings, the parasite, on Sarkis so he can beat the shit out of him. If he survives, then someone was like a lesson. A lesson, well, not a lesson, a punishment that he failed him and failed his symbol. Somehow. So yeah, that was all. And that's when the flashback ended. And there's when Bellamy tried to rise up, and all the flashbacks he saw. From the day when he punched him, from the day when he would say the dreamer's age is over, now it's all for real pirates, like real sadistic pirates like Bellamy, because if you really see him like that, Bellamy is an actual pirate. He thinks like an actual pirate, like in the real age of piracy, golden age, in the real history. Somehow he's acting like them. So I understand. And we saw all the flashback when after 2 years when he said, I will not hate you, and blah 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 blah. All those little small flashbacks in the Dressrosa arc. So yeah, and then is when Luffy tried to say, calm down, you're wounded, will be alright and everything else. And then is where he stand up, uses, he used the spring fruit, actually spring hopper, like he did in Jaya, and jump all around all around the room, and he said all this stuff, and he said that you become stronger, Luffy. You become stronger, but even I have become stronger. Even this spring hopper technique is not the one it used to be. Fair enough. 2 years passed, and even his bounty was his bounty was raised up into 195 million berries. So I suppose he grows stronger after all. He grows stronger, I suppose. So, and then when he said, all this time I knew that I followed the wrong guy, but even fools like me have decent daydreams, or say, how he put it? Wait a minute. Yeah. Even fools have their own principles they've gotta follow. That's honorable. That's honorable. And fair enough what Bellamy said. I agree with that. I agree. And even he shouted to Luffy that don't leave pity on him. Because if you remember, Luffy proclaimed him as his friend. So somehow I understand. I understand Bellamy, I didn't understand Luffy. Because if you remember when Bellamy said that this will be his last fight, somehow he's pointed like he was gonna die. But if that happens, then Luffy, well, like I saw the comment in the reviews, yeah, Luffy will have to show some maturity in his life. He will stop to be that kind, proclaim everyone friend. He became a little bit hardcore. If Bellamy will die, but if we know how Luffy is, so maybe he will spare him. I don't know, because we will have to wait for the next chapter to find out that. Because for now, I only think if Bellamy dies, that means that Luffy kill him and show maturity in his life. But if he didn't, he just knock him out or something like that, like he did to Jaya, then Luffy is the same. And about that, when after Bellamy is defeated, like I said one last time, Law is out of the battle. He had the second arm. I don't know what will happen, if he will, came out, or he will not be able to fight. I don't know. But we can see that for now, from this chapter on, it's time for Luffy Doflamingo battle. It's time for that. Because, well, I don't know. I really know, like everybody else. Luffy, yes, he is the main protagonist, and he always defeats everyone that comes to his path. I understand that, but he will turn into particular arcs, like for example Enies Lobby, Alabasta, Marineford, Sabo de Archipelago. If we return to those arcs, you can see that Luffy was defeated few times, countless of times, and then on the last piece, in the last scene, he knocked them out. But he was injured badly. So I don't know how this fight will come. I mean, yes, Luffy grows strong in these 2 years. I mean, he trained his haki and everything, all the 3 times. Well, actually it was year and a half. Year and a half when he trained Kenbushoku Haki, Haoshoku Haki, Bushoku Haki. It was year and a half. And then all those other 6 months was his personal training to become stronger. So I understand, because, well, few of them said that he doesn't stand against Doflamingo, but that he will not defeat him easily. I mean, he will not be defeated. Because Doflamingo, yes, Doflamingo had 41 years old and he is a mature and expert pirate. I understand that, I really do, but really, well, that's a very good question. I really don't know what to say about that. I really don't know. Because, well, from my opinion, my belief, Luffy will defeat him. I don't know if actually right now, but we can believe that if Luffy will confront him in the next chapter. So I really truly believe, I really wish to see Doflamingo and Luffy fight. All those few chapters. I mean, we can return a little bit to Senor Pink against Frankie, or Pig against Zoro, or I don't know, or Kairos against Diamante. Those battles I really wish to see. I really wish to see. But I don't really want to see the Tontata Kingdom shit again. I really don't want. I mean, yes, I know the Prince Manchari is in the building. I mean the castle. I understand that, but for now the main thing is Doflamingo against Luffy. And if that happens, well, look, I will have faith in Luffy like all the time. He will defeat Doflamingo, beat the shit out of him, and I don't know if he will kill him or he will just defeat him. I believe that he will just knock him out. And yes, well, I don't have no idea if he had match for Luffy, because if he's strong, if he's so strong, like he trained for 2 years, if he's so strong, then he's on Admiral level. But few of them said he's not ready, and few of them said he's ready. So I don't know, but I'm on the other side that he's ready. He's ready for the new world, for Doflamingo. Well, for the Yonko is a little bit soon, but I know, we'll see. Fate is the one, and I mean, no, Fate and Oda are the ones who will decide it. So I know, because for now I'm done. Well, yeah, there was a simple chapter, but I'll give him good plus. I will give him 7.5 out of 10. Read the video, subscribe, comment, give me your thoughts and ideas. Give me something that means. Give me something you want to add. Give me something what you think about all this Luffy and Doflamingo challenge and how this fight will end. Peace, everyone. Oh yeah. Drop your like, I really appreciate that. Peace everyone, have an awesome day.